Hey guys, Mr. V over here, doing a book review today for The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Before I get into my book review, I want you to know that I try to do a spoiler-free book review, so let's get into the book, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Now, those are two names that people just know. People know the name Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Even if you don't know the story, people just know that name. And I think it's just because this is such a legendary story and it's been around for a long time that, again, people just know that name. Now, the main premise for this book is you're following a lawyer who lives in London, and he's trying to figure out who is this mysterious man that he's been hearing about. This guy called Mr. Hyde. He's had a few people interact with this guy, and he's kind of weird, and he's trying to figure out who is this mysterious man. And as the lawyer starts to discover some things, he discovers some really horrific things. And that's what the story is about. Now, it's a very short book. It's only like 50 to 60 pages. The audiobook is only 3 hours. So you can see it's a pretty quick read. And the book was published in 1886, so it is considered one of the earlier horror novels, yet it is very easy to read. It's very easy to read. There's nothing gruesome about it. The story is very simple, as I just described it, and the language is straightforward, which I think is amazing for it being published in 1886, that it just feels like pretty modern today. So that's a great thing about it. And I think because of all that, I enjoyed reading it. I had a lot of fun reading this book. The author does a great job in writing it. Now, you cannot expect too much in terms of development because he only has a few pages to write. It's very short, yet you get a really good sense of who these characters are. I think he develops them pretty well in just a few words. You get to know who these characters are, and he sets the scenery very well to where you can just envision it all. And he does all that with just a few words. And as I told you already, the language is easy to understand, so that makes it even better, that he can just do all that in like one paragraph. You can just picture who they are, and you really get a sense of who those guys are. And for it being such a short story, that's quite an amazing feat. And another reason I really enjoyed the book is not only the writing, but the story. I had a fun time with this story because you wonder when you're reading it, like what's going to happen. And you see the main character, he has so many questions about this guy, Mr. Hyde. And he can't get an answer, and he talks to different people in the town, and he just continues to wonder. And then as it all unravels, like just you see the craziness that can happen. And it's just, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with the end. And I also enjoyed like the meaning behind like the whole story. If you look online, there's a couple different interpretations of it. And I just had a lot of fun. Like I just thought of it one way. And it's just, again, a pleasure to read those types of books because this is the type of story that almost reminds me of like a Twilight Zone, the type from the 1950s. It reminds me of like one of those episodes. I don't know why, but when I was reading it, it just reminded me of the Twilight Zone. Maybe it's just the style or the way it unfolds or the way it ends or just something. It just reminds me of that. And I love that show. So maybe that's another reason I really like the book. But I would say that, if you're interested in like psychological horror, then I'd recommend it. Because this is a very fast read. You can just knock it out in just less than a week, and I think you'll have a great time reading it. So let me give it my official rating right now. So I would rate my books on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being awful, 5 is average, and a 10 is phenomenal. Because anywhere near 10, put it on your reading list because I'm a tough critic. So for The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I'm going to rate this one 7.5. This is a solid 7.5, which is pretty good in my rating system, especially for it being a short story. But the reason I'm rating a 7.5 is, I told you already, like I just really enjoyed it. And I thought it was a very easy book to read and just had a lot of fun. And I can definitely see going back in the future and reading it, so I recommend it. But if you guys have any comments, you guys have any questions, post them in the comment section below because I always love hearing your comments. If you enjoyed the book review today, hit the subscribe button as I always upload multiple different book reviews. But thank you for watching my book review today. This is Mr. V. Go enjoy reading.